Hi, my name is Seth Bani and welcome to part 3 of my complete beginner Photoshop lesson. In the last episode, we learned about the interface of Photoshop. Now in this episode, I'm going to talk more about the canvas. And so grab a pen and a paper and let's do this. Alright guys, let's open our image. Let's pull image 28. Then let's just drag it and release it. I'm sure by now you are very familiar with it. Okay, now this is our canvas. Our canvas basically is where we actually do much of the working. And so every flyer that you see out there was designed in this canvas with these tools. Over here in this layer panel, everything was designed on this canvas. We pick the tool, then we work on the canvas. We pick the tool and we work on the canvas. We pick the tool and we work on the canvas. And so the canvas is basically where all the work is done. You cannot work outside the canvas. It will not count. Let's pick our brush for instance. This is our brush. Pick it and then go here and then let's select the hard brush. Select this. Or you could go up to select this hard round brush. Okay, let's click here and let's change the color to yellow. Choose this one and click on OK. Now you could paint, 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 you could paint. Remember I told you you could go here and click, go back, go back, go back, you know, because this is the history. Okay, and then you could do it again, you could do it again, and then you could go back, go back, go back. Let's increase the size of our brush. You could see the symbol I used to increase the size of my brush. Now these are shortcuts that you need to really know. In the previous video I showed you how to zoom out. Okay, so let's zoom out. And now let's increase the size of our brush a little bit. Now we want to start painting here. Once we paint here, we don't see anything. We don't see anything. But once we paint here, it begins to show. In fact, we could start painting here, drag it and drag it and drag the brush and drag it. And it does not show outside the canvas, but then it shows inside the canvas. It's because the canvas is all that we have to design our business cards, our flyers, our thumbnails. We have to design our wedding cards, everything, our labels, everything. It's a canvas that we have. Outside will never show, it never counts. Okay, awesome. Let's go back. Now the shortcut for going back is simply Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. With your control pressed down, just tap on the Z and tap on the Z, tap on the Z, tap on the Z. Don't release the control. Still press the control constant. It should be there. You shouldn't move your hands. You shouldn't move your fingers. And just tap Z, tap Z, tap Z, tap Z, tap Z. Simple as that. So let me reduce the size of my brush. 1. Alright, so hold control, just keep on tapping Z constantly. 1. I've held the control down. I'm just tapping Z, just tapping Z. So that's basically how to go back. Alright, so that's your canvas. But sometimes you do your work and then let's just say you ended up doing this. Let's just say you ended up creating a nice work like this, a masterpiece. You ended up creating a masterpiece like this. Now you want to save it. You just click on Ctrl and then S to save it. Okay, but then I don't like using Ctrl S. I like using Ctrl Shift S. It gives me more options. So Ctrl Shift S will give me save as. I click on save on the document. Then I can change the name that I want. Then I can also change the format that I want. If you save it in PSD, it means that it's going to save it in Photoshop document. What that basically means is that you can come back tomorrow, click on it, and then you can continue your document from there. It's going to open nicely in Photoshop, and so it's always important. Save your documents in PSD forms as well. Okay, so that in case you design for your client and your client says, I want this change to this one over here, you just click on it and then you go and do your changes as quick as possible. You also save it in JPEG. Now in JPEG we have 3 JPEGs over here, which can be quite confusing. I would advise you always choose the first JPEG. We have JPEG 2000, we have JPEG stereo. We always choose JPEG. Don't choose these other ones. Choose JPEG. Choose JPEG, and then you click on save. We also have PDF. If you want to save it in the PDF format, you can click here and then you save it in PDF. Okay, so let's click on PDF and then let's see how it's going to look. Click on OK. Click on OK. Alright, so if you want to save your document as PDF, you are going to say this nice save Adobe PDF pop up over here. You go to security, and then if you want to put in a password so that nobody can open your PDF until they have a password, just click on security, click on require a password to open the document. Then you type your document password over here, 123, and then you just click on save PDF. So it's as quite simple as that. Then we also have PNG. PNG means that you could save it with a transparent background. That's what PNG means. You could save it with a transparent background. Okay, let me explain that in a bit. Let's cancel this one. No, don't save it. Okay, let's drag this lady in there. Let's just release her. Okay, now let's drag this fine gentleman in here. Let's bring her in here, release it. Okay, now you realize that this lady has a background, right? Background. It probably was taken in a studio with a light hitting her hair from that angle and a little bit from this angle as well. Okay, now but for this image you could see kind of a checkbox around him. Okay, now this means doesn't have a background. Okay, just to check it, let me show you. Let me drag this down and let me kick the paint bucket. Let me change this to black and then let me just paint there. Alright, so you could see I could duplicate, create a new layer and then maybe change it to yellow. Okay, so you could see that the background could just be changed. Why? Because it has no background. It has no background. And how do you know it has no background? When you see the check box around it, you delete the background and you basically see the check box around it. That's all it means. And so the image is an image on its own. Okay, now what happens is that when you want to save it, when you delete the background and you want to save it, you just click on Ctrl+Shift+S, you go to this and then you click on save as PNG and you save it as PNG. Now once you save it as PNG, anytime you pull this document into any place, it will come as an image without a background. That's what PNG document actually means. And so you could see here that here it is JPG, right? In episode 2 I told you what the document tab can give you, the information it can give you. So you can see here is a JPG, you can see here is a PNG, letting us understand that this one, the background can be taken off. Okay, now let me show you its effect in real life. Let's pull it and drag it into this image. Just release it here. Now you could see that it came without a background, right? It just came without a background. It came without a background. Let's pull another image. Let's pull perhaps this image and then drag it in there. See, this image came with a white background. Why did this image come with a white background? It's because it's a JPEG document. It's a JPEG document, and then this one is a PNG document. And so please take notice of this. We have PSD, we have PNG, we have JPEG, and we have PDF. And this format you are going to be saving your Photoshop documents in a lot. So guys, I love you all. Hit the bell icon and subscribe as well, and then leave a comment if you have any question, or perhaps there are some things you didn't understand. Just leave a comment and I promise I'll review them. And then hit the bell icon and subscribe as well. I love you all. See you in the next episode. Peace out.